Well. Welcome back, everyone. And today is the first Workstation Wednesday. And as you can tell, we have ourselves open Chuti box. This is for 3D printing, 3D rendering, slicing. It's a slicing software. And today we will be slicing up a Mandalorian. Currently going on right now, the second season of The Mandalorian. I really enjoy this show, and a ton of very creative artists have been outputting basically fantastic sculpts of The Mandalorian. So I figured, why not print one up? I found a great supportless Mandalorian model. I'm going to move it over here now. But as we can see, it is very, very big. So I'm going to kind of show you how to basically scale down these models that are really, really big into something that we might be able to use for a role-playing game. Dungeons and Dragons or some other type of sci-fi type of RPG game. So what I have here, though, and this is how I do it anyway, I find a model of a already scaled to meet the Dungeons and Dragons or whatever RPG you have. And I have this great model here. Oops. Not this one. This one. This great model already scaled to fit for Dungeons and Dragons. It's not based, but it is also supportless. This is a supportless figure. So basically I look at this and I kind of see, well, this figure, it's probably about 4, right? It's probably 1/4. This figure is 1/4 the size of this. So what I'll do is you click on the model itself, the Mandalorian, you go down to scaling, and then once you're on scaling, you could then change this to 25. This is 25% of its original height. And if you look close here, let me zoom in a bit. Oops, not that one, this one. That's about right. It's pretty dang close. But I want the Mandalorian to be just a hair larger. So we're gonna go to 27%. So this is 27% of its original size, and I think that's pretty close. I think so anyway. I mean, he's a little bit bigger, but like I said, I want him to be a little bit bigger because he's the Mandalorian, right? So what I'll also do, though, is since we're getting this all ready to print and stuff, we're going to throw a couple more on there. Just so... This is all from the... not that one. My bad. Hold on. Ooh, this one looks good. Let's throw this one on here. Yeah, that's a good one. So what we'll kind of do is we'll kind of space them out onto the actual print bed itself. This is... I have an Anycubic Photon, so this is the build size, the build plate that it can actually have. And again, these are going to be about the size of, Dungeons and Dragons or any type of space role-playing game. Once you have all your models set up, again, these don't need supports because they're supportless. That's kind of why I picked these, is so, I mean, I'm not that great at adding supports. But this is a way for me to really test out the mechanics of adding supports and having supportless models, I mean. So, I'll show you my settings. So I have 2 Photon. This is the default one, so if you add a new printer and you select Photon, that's this one, the default one. This one, however, is my my custom one, I guess. Me trying to whittle it and fiddle it down a little bit. And this is the settings that I have here itself. The layer height, the bottom layers, exposure time, the bottom exposure time, and then all this other stuff. I'm printing at 25 microns or 0.022 or 25 millimeters. This is 25 microns. Very small. I want my layer height to be so I have maximum detail. Now, the problem is that the resolution affects this way, the X and Y axis, but now the Z axis is what's affected by this one, the layer height. So having a 25 micron layer height will allow me to have a lot of details this way, up and down, but doesn't necessarily add more this way because of the resolution of my screen. So if we go back here, the resolution of the screen, this is it. So I'm kind of locked to whatever that is. So at a certain point, lowering this number really won't do anything because you're still kind of locked to this particular resolution. So with that said, what I'll do is I will then hit the slicing, and then I get to choose this, right? And then I hit slice, and it'll ask me, well, I guess we'll hit this first. It shouldn't take that long. But then we'll see like a preview of the actual sliced objects. And you'll see that they lose a little bit of their resolution. They'll lose a little bit of the resolution due to again the screen resolution and all that kind of stuff. So once over here, I think that's where it should be. Yeah, there it is. So this is, we can watch each layer on its own as it's getting printed up. You shouldn't see any islands because these are supportless, but we'll put that to the test. Here's how much it's going to take to use, how much they're going to weigh. I don't really, but it's going to cost about 20 cents to make these 3 models, which is, in my opinion, pretty good. But it will take 4 hours. It'll take 4.5 actually. 4.5 hours to actually print all of this at this layer height. And again, it will take this long because the layer height is so low. That's why it's going to take so long. If I change the layer height back to maybe the 50 microns instead of the 25 microns, it should probably double the speed. So we would probably be looking at somewhere close to 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, so I'm gonna save this, and I will actually show you guys a time reel of the printer running. So until then, I'll see you there. Alright, here we go. You got a hand camera, so you gotta bear with me here. But yeah, these came out really good. I already cleaned them. I already cured them. I let them sit under the curing thing, the curing UV light, sorry. I let it sit under there for probably about 5 minutes-ish, somewhere around there. But But yeah, I think they came out crisp. All the detail is there. And they're ready to get primed and painted up. Here's the other space cowboy. He's got a big gun. And here is the bounty hunter woman. Very good. But I hope everybody enjoyed these videos. Hope everybody enjoyed this video anyway. And I'll catch you all Friday for our free Friday, and we'll probably be playing a video game. So until then, I'll see everyone later. Peace out.